So whenever you're ready.
Okay, hi. I am Renee. Do you want me to say my name and spell it first?
First and last name.
Or are you going to ask me that and then?
Sure. Can you share your name and spell it and also your title?
Sure. I am Renee Baylin, Renee Baylin. I am the high school resource teacher for Baltimore County Public Schools Office of Social Studies.
Great.
Okay. Jump in with questions?
Go for it.
Can you tell us a little bit about the ModelUN program and how you work with it specifically?
The ModelUN program was started 16 years ago. I came on board about 9 years ago. Primarily what I deal with is logistics on the Baltimore County Public Schools side. So communicating the program and initiating it within our system, collecting pre-registration from advisors that wish to field teams, and then organizing transportation and assisting where needed. So I also deal with the position papers that are a big part of the program, and I help the advisors when needed.
Okay.
But I would say in terms of what the program is, should I talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so typically what happens on college campuses is groups of college students create Model United Nation programs for high school students, and it can be a weekend-long program. And students spend a lot of money going to ModelUN simulations. It can be $400 a person. That's really expensive. And our program was started because a teacher recognized that his students wanted that kind of civic engagement and that collegial experience but couldn't afford it. So he partnered with Dr. McCartney to try to create a similar program as the programs that happen in other college campuses that are expensive. And it was so successful, it's grown exponentially ever since. And now we have 14 Baltimore County Public Schools participating. Also, there are frequently schools from other districts like Baltimore City and Anne Arundel County. We've also had private schools join with us as well. And so it serves a need for lots of different kinds of students. So our program is unique in many different ways because we serve the community and give more support. So typically in the other programs, the students are assigned a country to represent and they have to prepare on their own. And over the years, our program has evolved to provide more support for students in that we have a training day in November where the students meet with professors that are experts in the regions in which they're assigned. And they also meet with Towson University students that help them to understand the role of the UN in the world and ModelUN and UN procedures and also the sustainability goals and, basically what the UN does. So they spend a whole day training, and that really gets them prepared to do the research on their own country so that they can embody those perspectives. And then in the fall, actually it's not in the fall, I'm sorry. I'm nervous, so anyway, cut that out. But in the winter, students then do their research about their country so that they can embody that perspective. And Dr. McCartney gives a scenario that's new every year and relevant to what's going on in the world to the students, and they have to apply that perspective to that scenario and come up with real-world solutions to those problems. So this year was Civil War and the impacts of Civil War. So of course, the students can interpret that scenario in many different ways depending on what's happening in their countries, and it provides for a lively debate and discussion about real-world issues.
Awesome.
Okay.
I think
Thanks.
like 2 questions. 2 or 3 questions.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
That was
I was
fantastic.
nervous,
No,
and
that's
it's
cool.
not very
No,
clear. I
that's
could say that
great.
again if you want, but
No, I think that was there anything
right.
that we needed to
So which
summarize
ones
out
are
of that?
we, just the which
So
ones?
we've definitely gotten,
Curriculum, you got, how does ModelUN, because you said it was relevant.
I feel like I could say that better. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It wasn't
so
very,
how does
like,
ModelUN
I got to get going.
we
I'm
haven't
like,
gotten the
blah, blah,
interaction
blah.
with the teachers really.
Right.
Yet, so
How does ModelUN support be? Yeah,
Are you
that
still
one.
rolling? You're just going
Yeah.
to keep it? Okay, can I just, I'll just
Yeah,
jump right
sure.
back in.
Yeah.
All right. So another way that our program is different in terms of the support given to Baltimore County students is that Dr. McCartney's students come in and interact in the schools with the Baltimore County students that are involved in the program. So especially for new advisors and new teams, she will assign a coach from Towson University to come and work with the students, and that gives them additional support. This year we had an amazing VISTA volunteer that worked with us, Paul Schuler, and he worked with 2 schools specifically, and they did amazing jobs because he was there to really guide them through the process because those advisors were new. And so that's one way that Towson University and Baltimore County work together in that the students are helping each other. Another thing that's great about our program is that our advisors and our students can help the Towson students. So in the last couple of years, the Honors College has put together presentations on this one of the days of our conference where graduating students will talk to people that visit their presentations about the types of research that they're doing and their action projects, the things that they're out doing in the community, and then they get feedback. So our students learn from the Towson students, and our advisors give Towson students feedback about their programs and their what they want to do in terms of putting their research into action or into their future careers, and that helps to form relationships. So for example, 2 years ago, I remember going to see the displays that the Honors College put together and hear some of the presentations. And many of them were education students talking about their experiences. And I could, as somebody who works with teachers and students and also helps new teachers to develop, it was really wonderful to see how well the Towson students were applying what they were learning in their internships in classrooms. And that makes me confident as a Baltimore County public school employee that Towson is preparing their students for the real world and for the jobs that are really out there, like in education. So there are lots of ways that the program crosses over that are not directly related to ModelUN, to the actual scenario and the conference, but those connections help to form a stronger partnership between the 2 institutions and also help the students to help each other. So I think that's what.
Sorry, just the ambulance. That's great.
Try.
Just gotta wait for it to pass. Yeah, sorry, hold that thought.
I'm gonna forget. This building is awful. Like, I'm glad we're here and everything, but like that room there is probably 20 degrees colder than this room. Like all the outside rooms, and it's cold. It's the air, the noise. Anyway, the parking lot.
How's it doing? Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to, you have to really wait because sometimes it's like just there and it's like lingering.
Yes.
And someone just comes back.
You probably really hear it.
Yeah.
So let's see. So I talked about, okay, so another way that Towson University students and our students interact is through presentations that are part of Dr. McCartney's class. So in terms of her curriculum, meeting with our students. So one thing that our advisors do is they agree to have a Towson University student come and present to their classes. It could be a world history class, it could be an AP human geography class, and they're all assigned particular topics of interest, and they're there to teach the Baltimore County students about that topic. And typically it's around a theme of everything global is also local. So it fits into the curricula that we have in terms of AP Human Geography. It could be almost anything in terms of the UN sustainability goals or trade or environmental concerns. It could be lots of different topics. And they come in, they basically teach a lesson to Baltimore County Public School students. So they interact in that way, but they also help to coach the teams. Some of the teams that we have for ModelUN are used as after-school clubs, like an extracurricular academic, and others are done in the classroom, particularly like AP Human Geography, for example, because it's a really good fit for the curriculum. So we've got a large variety of groups of students that are interested for different reasons on both sides, the Towson and also BCPS, that are interacting in the program in lots of ways. And then I would say one other way that it's important that we do it with Towson and we get the kids on the Towson campus is that some of our kids probably never imagined they would even see themselves on a college campus. And it's really important for students to envision themselves as college students. Many of our students would be first-time college goers, and it's important for them to see themselves as college students, for them to really prepare to be college students. So the program gets them on a college campus, interacting with college students and professors, going to the dining hall and experiencing the dining hall, and for all of its, free ice cream, and then also really getting a lot of intellectual dialogue between their peers and Towson students themselves. So, so the program is really ideal. It's a win-win for everyone because our students get a collegial experience. Towson students get to give back to the community and apply what they know and get feedback from others. And it forms a stronger bond between these two institutions that are less than a mile away from each other. It seems like a no-brainer that Towson University and Baltimore County Public Schools should be working together because we have the same goals, and part of that is to foment global citizens that act and interact in our society. And so what better way to do that than through the United Nations program?
Can you do me a favor and just do that last bit? What better way to do it through United Nations program? Everything else was incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, just
What did I say?
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said, so the kind of leading off of you were saying the two, it makes sense for Baltimore County Public Schools
Okay.
and Towson to work together,
Yes.
but it was really just that last bit. It's like,
It's a no-brainer. I said
it's
it's a no-brainer. What better way to do that than through
ModelUN.
ModelUN?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
between Towson and between
All right.
Towson and
Yeah. The program is a natural partnership between the two institutions. It's a no-brainer because it allows the students to interact with each other in ways that create global citizens, and also provides an opportunity for our students to really see themselves as collegial contributors. And I totally forgot what you wanted me to say.
That's okay. I think we got it. It
Sorry.
was just that it was just to kind of get it, but you said it, and there was just a little bit of like a hang up, but I think the power of editing.
Are you
It was
sure?
like because it came
what
out.
did
It
you want
came
me to
out so
say?
natural. No, it came out so natural before. It's like I don't think they were going to be able to recreate it personally.
Okay.
Because I don't remember exactly what you. It was
All right.
great. No, it was a fantastic answer.
I'm sorry.
I think we were
No,
both the
it
same.
was good.
You don't have
Whereas-
to, like-
No. There's nothing to apologize. You gave it. That was a
That was
fantastic. I think both of us were just like yes. We're just like hearing all these sound
Okay.
bites in our head,
I have
that's
nothing to
exactly
add.
what we
Sound bites,
thought.
sound bites.
Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. No, that was great. I think that she's good on all
She
of
really
those.
is.
Yeah. So.
So the questions again were how does it address civic engagement programs?
Okay,
for
standards. We
access
didn't
to-
talk about standards.
Okay.
Can I talk about
Regular
standards?
Sure.
Okay. So Baltimore County Public Schools is devoted, and our office the Office of Social Studies is really devoted to putting the college, career, and civic life standards into practice, the C3 standards, which are discipline-specific literacy standards for social studies. And in that, students are required to not just explore, research, and inquire about social studies topics, but also take action. So our program is key in doing that because it allows students to go through the whole inquiry arc of standards in terms of asking relevant questions and doing the research to find out answers, being able to sift through, evaluate sources, draw conclusions, and then act on it at the two-day conference. So in terms of meeting standards, the C3 standards are rife through our program, and it allows students to really learn in real-world ways about global issues. So our program really supports what we do, and I know also that service learning and action research, those things are all really important for a collegial experience, and so the program also allows that on that side, the Towson side of the program. So It really is a great opportunity for both of the organizations to be able to meet their standards and their goals, and also provide that experience that will be meaningful for students for a long time.
Awesome.
Great.
Anything
there
else?
other
Is there
questions? I don't
anything
think
else you
so.
want to share? I think we're at that point, right?
Is there anything else I want to say?
I think we're at
Doc-
that point in the
okay.
interview that, like,
Yeah, I
Okay.
have
I mean,
nothing
you
else
gave
to
us so
ask.
many great.
No, I guess I would just say that we couldn't do the program without Towson, and I'm deeply grateful for all of the support that Towson University, the Honors College, and our system has given to ModelUN. And I'm going to say that again because I messed that up. I'm just really grateful to Towson University and the Honors College and Dr. McCartney for all of the support that they've given us to our students, because a lot of the students that participate in this program would never be able to have this experience without Towson. And I really wish and hope that it continues and grows, because that means that more students will be college and career ready and more students will be Towson graduates.
Beautiful.
How's that?
That was fantastic.
Okay.